Cheesecake, make the crust. If starting with whole graham crackers, break them into large chunks and add them to a food processor, along with melted butter, a small amount of sugar, and a pinch of salt. You can also add other mix-ins, like grated coconut or nuts at this point too. Once that mixture is crumbly and holds together a bit when pinched, transfer the mixture to a springform pan. Most recipes call for a 9-inch springform. Press the crust mixture flat in the pan. Pre-bake if desired. For a graham cracker crust that holds together well when you slice your cheesecake, it's all about packing those sugary, buttery crumbs into the base of your springform pan evenly and firmly. Scatter the crumbs to form an even layer, and then use the heel of your hand, the flat bottom of a glass, or a dry ingredient measuring cup to pack the crumbs into a sturdy crust. At this point, some recipes will call for pre-baking the crust for about 10 minutes before filling it. Others simply add the filling and bake everything together. If you do pre-bake your crust, be sure to let it cool completely before proceeding with the next step. Beat the cream cheese with the other filling ingredients. Using a hand mixer or a stand mixer with the paddle attachment, gradually beat the cream cheese with sugar, vanilla extract, and any other ingredients called for in the recipe, until the filling mixture is very creamy and evenly mixed. Most recipes call for beating in the eggs last to avoid overbeating them. Add the eggs one by one, beating after each addition, just until they're fully incorporated. Remember, you're making cheesecake, not souffle, so there's no need to continue beating once the mixture is blended. Pour the filling into the springform pan, spreading it evenly over the crust. Place the springform pan in a larger, shallow pan, a roasting pan works well here, and place in the oven on the middle rack. Bake until the edge of the filling is light golden brown, the top is light gold, and the center barely jiggles, about 114 hours. Let it cool overnight before serving, and let cool. Refrigerate the cheesecake in its pan until completely cold before serving. Unclasp and remove the side of the springform pan. The base will help the cheesecake remain stable. To cut the cheesecake cleanly, use a long slicing knife, wiping it with a warm, damp dish towel between slices. Butterscotch 2 cups pack, light brown sugar, 2 cups heavy cream, 1 cup unsalted butter, 2 teaspoons vanilla extract, 1/2 teaspoon kosher salt to taste. First, before you begin, make sure you have brown sugar and cream next to the pan, measured and waiting. In a large, heavy-bottomed stainless steel saucepan, melt butter over medium heat. Just before butter is completely melted, add brown sugar all at once and stir with wooden spoon until sugar is uniformly wet. Increase heat to medium-high and stir about once a minute for about 3 to 5 minutes until mixture goes from looking grainy to molten lava. When the caramelizing brown sugar looks and feels more like liquid and less like thick, wet sand, carefully add the heavy cream. When liquid is uniform, increase heat to medium and whisk every few minutes. Simmer until bubbles reduce in size and mixture thickens 10 to 12 minutes. Let cool for 30 minutes. Stir in vanilla extract and salt. Taste and add salt as necessary. Refrigerate for up to 1 month. Coffee cake. Preheat the oven and prep the pan. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees and butter or spray a 9x 13-inch pan. Make the streusel layer. In a small bowl, combine the flour, brown sugar, cinnamon, and salt. Use a fork to mash the butter into the mixture until completely combined and crumbly. Set aside. Make the cinnamon layer. In another small bowl, combine the sugar, flour, and cinnamon. In the bowl of your mixer, add the flour, sugar, baking powder, baking soda, and kosher salt. Using the paddle attachment for your stand mixer, stir on low to combine. Add the softened butter and beat on medium-low speed for 2 to 3 minutes, or until all of the butter is mixed in and the mixture resembles moist sand. Combine the wet ingredients and finish the batter. In a medium bowl, whisk together the sour cream, milk, eggs, and vanilla until combined. Add the mixture to the dry ingredients. Beat the batter on medium speed until you get a smooth batter. A few small lumps are totally fine. Prepare the cake. Spread half of the batter into the prepared pan. Sprinkle the cinnamon sugar layer over the top of the batter in an even layer. Spread the remaining batter over the top. This does require some patience since the batter likes to lift off the cinnamon sugar layer. Top with the crumble mixture. Bake the cake. Bake for 55 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. Cool on a rack for 1 hour or until the cake comes to room temperature. Store the cake. You can make this cake a day or two in advance. Remove the cake from the pan and cover with plastic wrap. Carrot cake. These are the ingredients you'll need to make your new go-to carrot cake recipe. Sugars. You'll need white sugar for the cake and confectioner's sugar for the frosting. Oil. A neutral oil, such as vegetable oil, adds moisture without imparting flavor. Eggs. 4 whole eggs lend moisture and help bind the carrot cake batter together. Vanilla. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract for the cake and 1 teaspoon for the frosting. Enhances the flavor. Flour. All-purpose flour creates structure and brings the batter together. Leaveners. Baking soda and baking powder act as leaveners, which means they help the cake rise. Cinnamon. Ground cinnamon adds that warm, cozy flavor you associate with carrot cake. Salt. Salt enhances the flavors of the other ingredients, but it won't make the cake taste salty. Carrots. Of course, you'll need grated carrots. Pecans. Chopped pecans give the cake and frosting a pleasant crunch. Butter and cream cheese. Butter and cream cheese are the key ingredients in the light and fluffy cream cheese frosting. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees F, 175 degrees C. Grease and flour a 9-13-inch pan. Beat sugar, oil, eggs, and 2 teaspoons vanilla together in a large bowl with an electric mixer until well combined. Mix in flour, baking soda, baking powder, cinnamon, and salt. Stir in carrots. Fold in pecans, pour into the prepared pan, bake in the preheated oven until a toothpick inserted into the center of the cake comes out clean, about 40 minutes. Let cool in the pan for 10 minutes, then turn out onto a wire rack and cool completely. To make the frosting, beat butter, cream cheese, confectioner's sugar, and 1 teaspoon vanilla together in a large bowl with an electric mixer until smooth and creamy. Stir in chopped pecans. Frost the cooled cake. Black Forest cake. Black Forest cake is one of the best-known German cakes. It consists of Kirschwasser-flavored chocolate sponge layers, cherry filling, whipped cream, and ganache. Black Forest cake has a phenomenal flavor combination. It is an incredibly delicious and impressive cake. Combine 7 eggs, 7 egg yolks, 450 grams, 16 Oz of sugar, and 10 grams, 2 teaspoons, of vanilla sugar in a bowl. Whip for another 10 minutes on medium speed. Mix 350 grams, 12 Oz of flour, and 70 grams, 2.5 Oz of cocoa powder. Sift into the egg mixture in 3 batches, folding gently. Melt 150, 5 Oz, grams of butter. Fill the cake pan with the cake batter and bake at a 180 degrees 350 degrees oven for about 40 minutes, and leave the cake inside for another 10 minutes. Cool the cake in the pan for a few minutes, unmold, make the chocolate whipped cream, bring heavy cream to simmer. Pour over 300 grams, 11 Oz of chocolate. Let stand for 1 minute and stir until the chocolate melts and is smooth. Cover and refrigerate for a few hours or overnight. Make the cherry filling. Drain a jar of cherries weighing 650 grams. To make slurry, mix 40 grams, 1.5 Oz of starch with. Slowly whisk the slurry into the boiling mixture and boil for a few minutes, stirring frequently. Assemble the Black Forest cake. Use a pastry bag fitted with a round tip to pipe 3 equally distanced rings of whipped cream. Fill the gap between the whipped cream with the cherry filling. Place a second layer of sponge, moisten with 1/3 of the Kirsch syrup, and evenly spread 3/4 of the whipped chocolate cream. Place the 3rd chocolate sponge layer flat side up Spread the remaining whipped chocolate ganache over the top layer. Finish the sides of the cake with the remaining whipped cream overlapping the top layer. Decorate. Use a pastry bag fitted with a plain tip and pipe domes of whipped cream. Refrigerate the cake for a few hours. Remove the cake from refrigeration an hour or two before serving. Enjoy it with a cup of tea or coffee. Good luck with your recipe.
That's all the information that we have for you today. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's episode, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell so you never miss out on future episodes. And be sure to also tell us what you think about today's content. Everyone's support motivates us to continue delivering quality content and to always improve. As always, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.